It's Sunday, June 19th, 2016. I talked a little bit before about unseen forces and the battle between good and evil, and how these forces can impose their will on you. And if you're not strong, if you're not strong in your faith, these demons can possess you. And even if you are strong in your faith, they can still put these thoughts in your head, evil thoughts. And as people of God, as Christians, we have to be able to recognize these thoughts when they pop into our head, and we have to be able to know what to do, and that's to pray. Pray to the Most High God, creator of heaven and earth, Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, to protect you from all unseen forces every day. Now, some of these demons are more powerful than others, and there are events and activities that happen in our lives that make us more susceptible to attacks, like when we're sleeping, or if we are in pain, or we've experienced a tragedy or something that has us emotionally off balance. It weakens us. It weakens us. It weakens our faith. So you have to be able to recognize these things. And one of the major problems in this world today is drug use. Drug Drugs take away our spiritual defenses. Drugs corrupt our spirit. For example, let me just tell you about crack cocaine and what crack cocaine did to my neighborhood. See, before this war on the Taliban or terrorism back in the 80s, they had the war on drugs. Now back then, the U.S. government and their contractors were in South America with the war on the drug cartels. Well, all they're really doing is blowing up the cartels, stealing their cocaine, and shipping it to the U.S., the biggest consumer of cocaine in the world. So, in the late 80s to early 90s, crack hit the streets. Now, I grew up in a working class neighborhood that, we as kids we all played together. All the kids in the neighborhood, we had empty fields and parks and stuff. We'd all play football or baseball. And when we was real young, we used to play cops and robbers and just normal kid stuff. Well, in the early 90s, me and my friends were teenagers. Crack epidemic hit the city. Now, I was blessed, thank God, that I had two righteous parents that didn't partake in drug use. But all my friends, it seemed like their parents got strung out on crack. And within a couple years, before you know it, the entire neighborhood descended into chaos. All my friends that once played football together started killing each other, joining gangs and buying guns and selling dope and murdering each other in the streets. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen one of your friends gunned down, blood exploding from the body, and death, but it traumatizes you. It corrupts your spirit, and all this goes hand in hand. They want your spirit corrupt because the powers that be, the kings and queens that run this world, this earth, are pawns of Satan, pawns of evil. They worship the Dark Lord, and they want chaos, and they want corruption of spirit in this place so that they can reign free. That's why they want everybody sitting down, confused, disorganized, killing each other, killing ourselves. They are the founders of self-destruction. And as long as good men continue to sit down and watch TV, this corruption will continue and get worse and worse. So, even if you don't partake in drugs or that lifestyle, the impact that it has on the community affects everyone. It corrupts everything. So even if you're a good person sitting in your house, chaos looms all around you. What are you to do? Now, as a teenager, the way I was raised, when I walked out my door, everything was upside down and backwards. So I didn't know what to do. I isolated myself. I stuck to myself. Tried to find a good woman and stay out the way. But all this trauma led me to alcohol and drugs. I stayed drunk, trying to numb myself to figure out what was going on in this world. Why did we go from throwing footballs to throwing slugs at each other? It just don't make no sense. But it makes perfect sense to the rulers. Keep us broken. But I'm a soldier of God, and they didn't break me. So I'm here telling my story. Maybe somebody, if they're listening, if they're not asleep, could learn something and wake up before it's too late. But anyway, so all my friends started joining gangs. And to me, I don't understand why in the world you would join a gang in the first place. I mean, their kids are lost and they're looking for some sort of unity, I suppose. But now you're murdering your friends in the street because of what neighborhood you live in, or what side of town you're from, what color you're wearing. Complete madness. You isolating yourself from the world, from the community. Now you got a target on your back wearing that flag, that red or that blue or whatever it is. You got a target on your back. So now you isolated to your own little community. Not only that, you're an outlaw. You're isolated. You're running from the police. You're looking over your shoulder every minute of the day. It's madness. That's what they want. Madness. So, my friends start killing each other and getting involved with drugs, and you could just see this chaos just consume the entire neighborhood. Now, it was a nice community where the neighbors looked out for each other. Now, all these people are strung out on crack. They're losing their jobs. Now they're broke, and they need that fix. So they're robbing and they're stealing, and that demon takes a hold of them because they're weak, and now they're raping and murdering. Violence just everywhere. I had to fight for everything I had in my life. My shoes, my bicycles, my cars, my house, my safety. I've defended myself against this madness my whole life. But see, to the rulers, it's all business, because now they can start a whole new group of systems to deal with all this confusion. Now they need more police. Now they need drug counselors. They need rehabs. The prisons are filled to capacity with all these crimes, these violent crimes, because people are whacked out of their mind. Their defenses are weak. And that demon is imposing their will on society. You better believe it. And don't believe for a minute that any of these systems that they got in place are here to help, because they're not. All they're doing is making a profit off of man's misfortune, off of drug use and self-destruction. They're getting paid. They're making a profit. That's what they do. All the while society is declining deeper and deeper into the abyss. So for all you non-believers that think that, oh, society, it just is what it is, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, keep voting. Keep voting for these fake politicians and think something's ever going to change. You need to wake up. You need to wake up. All of this destruction is put here by design. Nothing is ever going to change electing new officials. It's not going to work. This whole entire system is corrupt. So every time I felt like giving up, when the trauma got too much, I was weak. I always prayed to God. I prayed to God. I prayed, Lord, show me the way. And for some strange reason, I managed to survive all this violence, and I'm still here today. I know that I have a greater purpose, and I'm trying to fulfill it. The truth is my sword, and God is my judge.